For this last tutorial video on Fusion software for the course, I want to launch the project where you get to do what you want. I want you to design something that you're interested in, maybe an imaginary way to build it or to make it, to use some of these new techniques in Fusion. So I'm going to try to show them here. And my example that I did was a hoverboard, and I'm not going to go through how I made it because I'm one of the I'm in the last assignment. One over here, I had the body, which is part of the hoverboard. Then I drew a wheel over here, and then I just copied it. So I had two. So I drew one. And one of the first features to look at when you're on the body, things highlighted. If you right click, you can go here to physical material. And in this case, a menu should pop up, and there it goes. Material where you get to define or describe or shape the material to be what you want it. And there's all these different materials that are available. You open up any one of these folders, and then there's all these different types of metals, aluminums, different types of finishes on them, and all the way down here I did this something in stainless steel practicing, and it came out really slick with the idea. As you use the different physical materials, it will start to make a list of all of the materials that are used in this design so that you can copy them over if you want to use them on different materials. So what I did, crazy as it sounds, is the body of mine, I made it as a bronze or a tinted, a gold-colored glass, just to try something. I mean, I obviously never make something in glass like that. I'm sure it's going to break. But I did that. When I did the wheels, it shows the surface, like the tread part, and then you can right-click on the material as well and go appearance, and then in there a menu will pop up, and I chose black rubber. So it was this one, I believe. If you choose that one, then all you have to do is go over and drag it onto that surface highlight, and it gives it that appearance. In a kind that it looks like black rubber. Then on the side here, on the face of my wheel, I highlighted right appearance, and this time I went into paint and I picked the red color and I dragged it over and clicked, and I made it then I ended up doing so different colors, textures, and materials to make my design, my gadget, my object a little bit something to make it look like something fun, something different, and it's just not that regular bland gray color that Fusion seems to default to. So again, for the assignment, I want you to make something that you're interested in. It doesn't have to be a hoverboard. You can make anything, but don't make something too elaborate. Really, if you look at my hoverboard, I drew the base, I made a wheel, I copied it over, I changed some of the properties, the colors, the textures. I kept it relatively simple. The next big part that I did is in the design menu up here, or that main menu, sorry, you drop it down, and there's this technique called rendering. It's a technique that maybe in the design classes they use more. The idea of a rendering is you take the actual design and the physical properties of the materials you associate with your design, and you let the computer generate a very detailed, pixelated, almost like real life photograph of what your part would look like if you actually made it out of the material you've chosen. So when I can't, every time I move, the mouse changes, but you can see here when I highlight, they give an example. And if you look at this machine part, the two wood handles are all polished and waxed up or varnished up, and they look like, hey, that's what real wood handles would look like. If I made my piece out of polished aluminum and metal, it really looks in the picture as if it's a photograph of the polished material. So if you choose render, I've already done this, hoping my pictures will show up. I was practicing with it, and I made a couple of renders. So I'm going to go here, and let's see if this will pop up on my computer here. It's kind of slow, but this is a rendering of what this piece would look like if in real life you actually made it. And you can zoom in here, and you can see there's that rubber texture, there's that chrome edge on the wheels, and there's that kind of glass look on it. So when you look where you actually render, you had some kind of clear glass or whatever. Now, mine did something I didn't expect, because if you remember, I had it as a gold bronze colored glass, and then when I did it, it became more like glass or something. I must have did something wrong, and I'm not. If you can see that texture from the rubber wheels, where that makes it look like a tire tread. Remember, in SolidWorks, you could actually find a tire tread texture, and it looked like tires. It's pretty good. So that's the rendering option. It's not a hard thing to learn. I can help you on the screen if you're having trouble with it, but it's very familiar with the same menu styles that we saw in designing and in manufacturing using Fusion. So you have to go through, and at the end, all you're going to do is hit here and go render, and it will render it. It will make a photograph. So I'm looking for you to do an assignment. Do something that you're interested in, design it, texture it, color it, render it. You do not have to do any machining or anything. I want you to learn that new part of the software up here and give it a try. Okay, so under rendering, that's it. Give it a try. Have fun with it. Do something you like.